When I first moved to Newcastle from Terrigal in 1980, I moved in with this little old landlady, Adele Wynne-de-Glorian is her name, who at the time was probably around 63, 64, a fantastic storyteller. She was a producer of Gilbert and Sullivan shows. So my first experience with Del was her doing high kicks around the house because she was a hoofer in the shows. She was on the chorus girl. And the vaudeville, you know, the slapstick, and, you know, she was always doing little gags around the house and all that sort of stuff. She was great.
And she was such a tiny lady too.
Yeah.
But she was very animated.
Hundreds of stories, but the one that stands out for me about the theatre was that she told us about they had a lion, like a real lion, and they used to use it in the shows. Apparently one day it got out and it sauntered down Perkins Street, around the corner into Hunter Street, where there was a butcher, and it just lay down in the doorway of the butcher and waited. But she used to say a lot about her mother and father, who were intrinsically linked with the theatre. I still can't work out if they ran it or if they were the marketing people.
Because she talked about being quite a young girl as well, and being involved with being in the theatre. What do you think Del would think of it all? What do you think?
She'd be so happy.
Can you imagine her being in here? Like, she'd be like a giddy little girl all over again. I could imagine her being like that. Yeah. Just, oh, wow, you know, wouldn't she?
And, you know, it's such a shame that she passed before any sort of movement happened.
I think it's really, really important for us to recognise the social fabric and the building heritage of the city, because with the buildings comes the stories, what you're doing here, learning about this one building. It's not just a building, it's the people that were experiencing it. And it makes me feel really really deep in the stomach to know that those stories are being told, you know, those histories and those personal stories and anecdotes that people like Del had, because we didn't get to experience the place, but we can experience the stories and try and revive those.